Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, glory, honor, due unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rukakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And no respect to the brothers teaching and preaching the truth all over the world worldwide. Coming back at you with part 2 of Rolling in the Spirit. So locking for part 1. I had to go in and check in with my customer. Coming back at you with part 2 of Rolling in the Spirit. If I was going into on how our people, you so-called Blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, you have always wanted to defend, your enemies, man. And as things are getting tighter, as we're going down the straight gate, you're starting to see a lot of our people are bugging out. You see a lot of them are taking the side of the serpent. And whatever the serpent has, it's locking for our people to do. You see a lot of our people, they running towards it. Now it's this thing now. You see that our people is taking on taking this serpent juice. Here it is that their enemy is ones that's making unrighteous decrees, and unrighteous laws, to get our people, to take the serpent juice and to denounce their power, Yahweh Shema Shah, and to look to them as the Most High. And this is the settlement of our people, because our people are quick to take a covering of the enemy, but not the covering Yahweh Shema Shah. And to prove that, this is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. You can also get this in Isaiah the 31st chapter, which is the next chapter over. And it reads, "Woe to the rebellious children, said Yahweh, that take counsel but not of me, and that covering with a covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin." And that's our people mindset. And what's that covering they taking? The covering of the serpent, which is Esau Edom, the so-called white man. You see that our people are, they are taking the serpent juice, and they get, mad at those who have not taken, the nano water, or however you want to call it, because our people, they always want to be underneath the heathens. You could just read throughout the scriptures, and particularly when Yahweh Shema Shah, led our people out of the land of Egypt to go to the promised land. Every time things in a particular walk starting to become difficult, our people have folded, like it has folded under the pressure, and pretty much say that they want to go back to Egypt, the same place, that they was being oppressed for over 400 years. They was oppressed in Egypt for 400 years, protected for 430 years. They oppressed in Egypt. And our people had that mindset to want to go back to being oppressed, because our people, they do not like, they do not like to be, try to go through any difficulty. Our people, they love to be comfortable. I'm talking about the 2/3, of course. They love to be comfortable. And by them how to go through any difficulty, our people would bend, they would fold under the pressure. And you can see that going on in this particular instance. Lucky for that. In this particular instance, here it is, you have the enemy that's passing unrighteous decrees. It's saying that if you do not take the nano water, pretty much, you you'll be faced to go to prison, or you'll lose your job. They're taking comforts from you, and that's a very unrighteous decree that these devils are doing. Well, you have to understand that these devils had no regards for the words of Yahweh Shem Shah, because they want you to look to them as the Most High. As I said in my last video, they want you to look to them as the Most High. You know what I'm saying? They want you to solely rely upon them and disown, Yahweh Shem Shah, because this is what it all boiled down to. Because these people are gonna be like, those Israelites, those that are, those that are, calling upon the names of Yahweh Shem Shah, those people are the problem, which particularly, they really want to stop, the word of Yahweh Shem Shah from going forward. It is that in this society, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. But as soon as you go into the scriptures, and as soon as you point out the wickedness and the hypocrisy, you calling up on the names of Yahweh Shem Shah, you have people like Vocab Malone and you have Sarnetta and all these other people, Sakara, all these other people, they have a problem with that. They have a problem with you coming back to Yahweh Shem Shah, because a lot of them want this society to be forwarded, and not knowing that the society that's being forwarded, the NWO, does not include them. It does not include them. And particularly you Israelites, this NWO doesn't include you, because in their plans, they want to wipe out the seed line of the Israelites. That's the reason why they want to alter your DNA, because any traces of Yahweh Shem Shah, they want to X out of your mind. They want to X out of your memory. They want to alter your DNA so you would not have that connection with Yahweh Shem Shah. Because any connection with Yahweh Shem Shah, they want to erase out of your memory. They want to X out, because they want you to look to them as the Most High. As we read in Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1, and this is the mindset of our people, because our people, they want to stay in this particular system. They all down. It's like they're all down for this beast system that's being forwarded, which, if you look at the beast system, it's not for your benefit. This beast system is for the benefit of the elite bankers. It's not for any one of you all's benefit, and particularly you so-called Black, Latino, Native Americans. This system definitely is not for your benefit, because these people whole agenda is to get rid of the Israelites. And you have the heathen nations joining unto them, but these heathen nations going to realize that these system is not for their benefit either. Because the elite bankers is all about for themselves. They don't care about if you're not part of the elite bankers, you're not part of their club, they don't care about you. To them, you can be replaced. And that's the mindset of these people, man. You can be replaced, and our people, they trust in this beast system. They trust in Egypt to the point that even if you speak out against it, our people are the main ones that will ostracize you and criticize you for speaking out against this system and saying that you are the problem. And when Esau began to come down with his sword or what have not, he ain't gonna come down with it right off. He's gonna send your own people to come up against you. Your own people is gonna be the ones that's gonna turn you over or turn you in, because they want to stay in a society that does not benefit them. And you can see it very clearly that you even got particular people that know that they're Israelites, and they teaching wayward doctrines, and saying that Esau Edom is no longer, he's not the white man, he's black. You know what I'm saying? And you know they are teaching that you ain't got to bow down to Yahweh, you ain't got to worship and reverence Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they making fun of the chariots, and you got all these particular things that are going on amongst Israelites, man. Why? Because they in their mind, they don't believe that Yahweh is coming back. But here it is, you have prophecies going forward. Here it is, you got the devil coming down with great wrath, and the Israelites ain't got nothing better to do. And I'm talking about the 2/3. They had nothing better to do but trying to stay in this beast system, trying to stay in a system that in the long run is not going to even benefit them anyway. Because if you piss this devil off, and you had the MOTB, he can shut down your supply pretty much. He can shut down your supply, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Because once you take the MOTB, you belong to him anyway. You know what I'm saying? You take that MOTB, you belong to him anyway. So you can get him upset. He can just shut your supply down. And guess what? And you'll be just, you know what I'm saying? You'll just be out of luck, because at the end of it all, you can't call upon the name Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai if you took the MOTB, because you already made your decision that you are down with this devil system. You know what I'm saying? Let's read Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1 again, and it reads, "Woe to the rebellious children," and it's talking about your Israelites, saying Yahweh, say Yahweh, but that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with their covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Verse 2, they walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. And that's the mindset of our people. They trust in America, Babylon the Great, which, if you look at it, it's spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. You can get that in Revelation, I believe, chapter 11. Let's go to that real quick. I believe in Revelation chapter 11. Because America, Babylon the Great is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, here it is. This is Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. And it's talking about the state of our people. We were in a dead state. You know what I'm saying? And let's read there. I want to get a point out of this. You know what I'm saying? And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. And it's talking about Babylon the Great, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. And how is Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai crucified? It's talking about his image, or what he looked like, because the devil had the whole world believe that Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai is a so-called white man. You know what I'm saying? But if you read Revelation chapter 1, roughly around verse 13 through 15, it basically describes what Yahweh shall look like. You can also get what Yahweh look like, I believe, is Daniel chapter 7, roughly around verse 9 or 9 to 7. You know, you brothers can correct me on that. But however, you know, you know what I'm saying, this place is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Because the image of Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai crucified in his land. And our people, you know what I'm saying, are, you know, in a dead state. You know, majority of them are in a dead state because they still is trusting and dependent on this white man system. You know, they want this man's system to go forward, because they had no faith, they had no hope in Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai, because they look to this devil as the Most High, man. They look to him, you know, as their Savior. If you go back to Isaiah chapter 30, you know, they walk to go down to Egypt. You know what I'm saying? They have a covering, but now Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai. You know what I'm saying? Because in their mind, this devil is the Most High, man. This how people look to this devil as Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shah. So like, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the point that when the MOTB is finally being implemented, our people will not have those who believe in this beast system. You know what I'm saying? You know, they going out getting the nano water and all these things. They would not have no problem taking the MOTB. You know what I'm saying? They would not have no problem taking it because they already trust in this beast system. And this beast system is not going to be for their benefit. This beast system is going to it's like it's going to be used, you know, to say that they're gonna take the microchip, man, because they're going to be branded by the beast system, and they're going to show their lives that they're down with this system. But you know, we already know what Revelation chapter 14 verse 9 and 10 say. Anybody that take the MOTB, you know what I'm saying, the Most High is going to destroy you, man. And there's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, man, the ICBM. And particularly you Israelites, you so-called Black, Latino, Native Americans, you definitely going to be destroyed on this side, man, because you didn't have a covering Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shah. You had the covering this devil, man. You trust in his system. You trust in Egypt. And Egypt is going to be to your shame, as you can read in the next verse. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 3 said, "Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust of shadow of Egypt your confusion." And you trusting in the devil is going to be to your shame. It's going to be to your hurt, man. And let's get another scripture, because our people have made a covering with death, man. And also that covering that they're gonna have is gonna be disannulled, man. It's like it for that. It is Isaiah chapter 28 at verse 15. You know what I'm saying? But this is a mindset of our people. And it reads, "Because ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell we are at an agreement. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. For we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood, it's like if we hid ourselves." And guess what? And we're gonna skip down to verse 18, and it reads, "And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, ye shall be trodden down by it." And those who trust in this beast system, and you made a pact with Esau, even the so-called white man, you know, to you know what I'm saying, to receive the MOTB, and also to take the nano water, thinking that you're gonna be good when all these things come to pass. You know, Yahweh Ba'ashem Al-Shah made it very clear that your covenant with death is gonna be disannulled, and your agreement with hell is not gonna stand. You're gonna be overtaken by it, man. You know, you're gonna think that you're in good case. You're gonna think that you dodged the bullet, but really you ain't dodged the bullet. You pretty much you done for it, man. When you depend and you trust in this beast system, you trust in Esau, even so-called white man, you pretty much done for it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you even got particular accounts, you know, as the brother said, you know, they sold out. You know what I'm saying? They sold out, and you know what I'm saying, and they made a covenant with Esau, even so-called white man. Why is that? Because they really don't trust in Yahweh Shem Shah. And the reason why they teach the way they teach is to get you Israelites to go back, those who awaken to the truth, to get you to go back into that dead state. You know what I'm saying? Because they want this system to be forwarded, man. Because a lot of them are bought and paid for. That's the reason why they teaching what they teaching. Because a lot of them took that bag, man. They took that bag of Esau eating so-called white men. Also, Yahweh Shem Shah didn't want them in the first place. So that's the reason why they teaching off wayward doctrines. So you got to be careful and knowing what's going on around you, man. Because these people are bugging out. You know what I'm saying? They seeing that this particular kingdom is coming to an end, and they gonna have to make a choice on if they're gonna stand for Yahweh Shem Shah, or they're gonna stand for their enemy. But we already know with 2/3 of our people whose side they're gonna be on. Unless they repent, they're gonna be on the side of Esau eating so-called white men, because by them hearing the men of the Lord saying that the throne of David, which is the kingdom of heaven, is going to be established, and the Israelites are going to rule. In their mind, that is far-fetched. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them believe that there is going to be a universal kingdom for everybody. But in a nutshell, the brother made videos, the kingdom of heaven is for the Israelites, man. We the ones that are going to be ruling. The Israelites, you so-called Black, Latinos, Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? We're the ones that's going to be in rulership and power. And our kingdom is going to be a righteous kingdom forever and ever. But in the mindset of our people, they look into this particular place as the kingdom, man. We in the last video when Micah 2:10, it says something to the effect that rise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. This particular place this particular place is not our rest, man. You know what I'm saying? This particular place is going to be destroyed, man. This is not our home. This is not our rest. Our rest is going to be in the kingdom of heaven, the throne of David. You know what I'm saying? That's when we're going to be at rest, when the kingdom of heaven is going to be established. But our people on this side, they made a covenant with death and hell. They made a covenant with Esau, even so-called white man. And they think that they're going to be good. They think that they're going to, they're going to avert judgment. That's what this is all boiled down to, because a lot of them know that the judgment of Yahweh Shem Shah is gonna come. Well, it pretty much is already here, but you know what I'm saying? A lot of them think that, since I made a covenant with death and hell, this judgment of Yahweh Shem Shah is not gonna touch me. But guess what? You the main people that it's gonna touch, because of your unbelief in Yahweh Shem Shah. I'm talking about you Israelites out there. We all know that the heathen nation and Esau Edom don't stand a chance, because Yahweh Shem Shah is not dealing with them. He's not dealing with them on no type of level. But you Israelites, man, you're going to get the worst. Did not 1 Peter chapter 4:17 said judgment is going to start at the house of Yahweh Shem Shah? Judgment going to start with you Israelites, man. If it begin with us, then what's going to be in of these heathen nations? Salaki.